Welcome to the Unemployed Journeyman with FC Tokyo here in the J League, and in this episode we've got our first two league games of the season, news on who we play in the Champions League quarter-finals, and maybe a new signing to be confirmed. So we're here on the schedule screen, and as you can see, our next game in the Champions League is going to be against a team called Buriram United. We've got them away from home in the first leg and then at home in the second leg, so the other way round as to what it was against Daegu. We've got Kobe and Kashima today in the league. Then I'll play Urawa Reds off screen. We'll do Buriram United both games in Monday's episode, and I'll play Shimizu off camera basically. And then what I think we'll do after that is if we've got through to the semi-finals, we will just skip straight ahead on Tuesday's episode for the semi-final, both legs of that. So, and I'll just bring you up to date on whatever league games we played in between times. Now, if we go to the competition screen, and we, as you see, we've got Buriram United, Al Ittihad and Al Shabab, both Saudi Arabian teams, are drawn against each other. Al Ain and Al Hilal, so that's a Qatari, I think it is. Let me just have a look on here. It tell me in more detail somewhere around what United Arab Emirates for Al Ain, and then Al Hilal of the Saudi Pro League as well. So three Saudi Pro League teams still in the competition, and then Kyoto and Shonan have been drawn against each other. So there's also three Japanese teams. If we then look at the semi-finals, the draw's been made for that as well. If we beat Buriram United, our reward for that will be a semi-final against either Kyoto or Shonan. I'm looking at that and thinking I can see a route through to the final. Don't get me wrong, Kyoto and Shonan we know are very good teams and have both beaten us in the past. But on our day, we're also capable of beating them quite comfortably. And Buriram United are a national 2.5-star reputation team. So reputation-wise, they are below where we are. And would have meant we'd avoided a Saudi Pro League team all the way up till the final. Bearing in mind that Al Ali have won it for the last 3 years. They're not in the competition. Al Hilal still are, and Al Ittihad still are. But I think we've got a really good chance to get through to the final. And once you're in the final, a one-off game, I'm sure we're more than capable of beating the Saudi Pro League teams. I'm going to be confident about that. That being said, we need to play better than what we did against Daegu, because 1-0 in the home leg, 1-0 in the away leg. We are struggling to score goals. We didn't score any against Kobe either. It's been a bit of a nervy start to the season. And like I say, we've got Kobe again today, this time with a full strength or near on full strength side. And then Kashima in the second game of today's episode. So there's no transfer news to bring you as well at the moment. Yuki Kita is still considering his contract. I don't know why it takes people so long to decide on the contract. It's there in black and white. You either want to sign it or you don't. 3.9 million. Deep line playmaker, Rui Perez's replacement, if he comes in. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's move on to the Matchday Centre for the first of today's two episodes. It's a home game against Kobe for our first game of the season in the J1 League. Here we are then in the Matchday Centre, and I think basically an unchanged side from the game against Daegu. Nozawa in goal, Matsunaga left back, Morimoto right back, Hart and Seko in the centre of defence, Rui Perez and Lazuka in the centre of midfield, Kazuki and Iguchi out wide, with Krastev and Hosoya up top. We're creating chances, we're just not finishing them, so we need our attackers to actually start doing something. We do have Prisbrek still out injured. He's out for another 5 to 10 days, so he will be back fairly soon. Let's get into the game. This is going to be difficult. Like I say, we've lost to Kobe in the Super Cup with a very heavily rotated side. But we know they're good. We know they're very good. They've beaten us in the past. There's no reason why they can't beat us again. And we need to be on our game here, because if we're not, then our first game of the league season very well could end up in defeat. Right, we have a highlight early doors, first 5 minutes of the game. Iguchi gives it to Lazuka, finds Morimoto out wide. Good ball to Iguchi. He's through and he's scored on his league debut. Good goal from Iguchi. His first ever goal for FC Tokyo. The assist has come from Morimoto. Of course it has. And that is a great start for us. And it's nice to see Shota Iguchi get off the mark with a goal, because after the first 2 games, I was starting to wonder. You know, I was starting to think, is he really the man to replace Sota Sato? Well, here's Morimoto to Iguchi, back to Morimoto. Ball into the box. Oh, and the header's just gone wide. I think that was Kazuki with the header just wide. Krastev's picked up a yellow card already. Nice to see. Our captain leading by example, of course. We do tend to have strong first halves where we create plenty of chances, which is what we've done so far here. But they have a free kick now just inside our half. And the marking weren't really up to much, was it? And they've gone and equalised. That's a bit of a downer, I must admit. But that was too easy. From the free kick, a ball into the middle of the park where nobody was marking their player. And then a simple pass forward and a goal. That was too easy. It's a first shot at goal, and it was on target, and it was in the back of the net. Not good for us. Right. They have a throw in now. Camera angle seems very high there. I don't know if it's because it's just so close to the camera. Oof. They've got that Gilberto playing for them, by the way, who has caused us pain in the past. I think he's going to have the ball given to him short here as from the corner kick. Yes, he is. And he gets the cross in as well. And Nozawa comes out and claims it. And that's the end of the highlight. Again, their front players are just not Krastev, Kazuki, or Sawyer. They're just doing nothing. Right, Kobayashi's coming on for Hosoya. I think I'm bringing Watai on for Krastev at the moment. Let's see if that can spark us into anything, because yeah, we are really struggling. I don't know why. We've not changed anything with our tactic. We have a free kick right outside the box. Masa Watai, he's capable of scoring from here. He's done it a couple of times last season. I think he got goal of the season last season. Doesn't do it this time though. Here's Rui Perez to Kobayashi. Oh, what a goal from Kobayashi. Rui Perez with the assist. First goal of the season for Hideyoshi Kobayashi. That was sweetly struck. And I mean very sweetly struck. Right, we're going to make another couple of substitutions because we've only made 2 so far. Lizuka will come off and Kawasaki can come on for him. We'll leave Rui... I mean, we're talking about replacing Rui Perez and just look at him. Right, what else are we going to do? Do we want to take off one of our defenders? I mean, I'd like to take Kazuki off, but... So the problem with Iguchi, same problem as what we had with Sota Sato, is that he can only play on the right. Yamamura can only play on the right. Right, I think we're going to bring Nakamura on for... I don't know, are we? Maybe Matsunaga can come off. We'll do that, I think. Well, we are doing that. There's no think about it. We are doing it. Right, we have a throw-in. Nakamura on the left-hand side. Gives it to Kazuki and gets it back. Rui Perez, ball into box, comes out. Morimoto picks up the loose ball. Can he... Oh, it's a thundering tackle. It's not going to be a penalty. Not with the position on the line like it is. Whenever you get a VAR position that close, it's never a penalty. And there you go, no penalty. But it is a free kick, but we're not going to see the free kick, evidently. Right. Oh, what's happened here? We kind of joined right at the end of a move. We've got a corner from it either way. Masa Watai will take the corner. It's going to be an outswinger. Near post or far post, we'll wait and see. He's clearly taking his time over, which I don't blame him. Goes towards the near post and it's headed over the bar and it's gone out for a goal kick. Right, we'll make one final substitution. And Yamamura can come on for... I'm actually going to bring him on for Kazuki. Can we do anything? I mean, he literally cannot play anywhere, can he? Right, I think that's about the best we can hope for. So Iguchi's moving into the middle. Watai out to the left and Yamamura up top. They're playing that disgusting, like 6 at the back formation. I hate that formation. But we picked up a win from the game against Kobe. Iguchi and Kobayashi getting on the score sheet, Morimoto and Perez with the assist. And I'll say overall we did deserve it as well. They did dominate possession, however. But I'm very happy we've got the result despite not being at their best. Yep, they're happy with that. I'm happy with that as well. And we will now move on to the game against Kashima. They've not played yet, so I'll let you know how they got on in their first game of the episode as well. And we might even have some news on a potential new signing as well if he hurry up and makes up his mind. Yuki Kita has signed from Hiroshima for $3.9 million, taking their spending this season to just over the £10 million mark. This is him in case you need any reminding of him. 3-star current ability with 3 to 4-star potential. Can play as a deep line playmaker, defensive midfielder, halfback, anchor. He can do the defensive side as well as the forward play as well. He's not quite the ball-winning midfielder, but I'm sure if we was to play him there, he would be pretty decent at it. If we look at his contract details, he has got a minimum fee release clause of $7 million, which expires on the 28th of March 2031. And I did want to take that out, but they wouldn't. They wanted the release clause to be £6 million. It was semi-locked in. I upped it to as far as it would go, which was $7 million. And to be fair, if someone offers me $7 million for him, I'm quite happy to take it. That's the rest of his contract. He is on a bonus for winning the Champions League as well, £8,750 a week. I think he's a very decent signing. And if we get into the first of today's games, or the second of today's game against Kashima, who won their opening game, they are sitting second in the league at the moment. The only change to our starting 11 is Kita comes in for Rui Perez. Not saying that's going to be a permanent thing. I just want to see what he can do. Lazuka did come, as soon as his signing was confirmed, Lazuka came to me worried that his position in the team was under threat. I felt I was saying to him, it's not you need to be worried, it's your mate Rui, but I thought better not because they are very good friends, so I don't want to upset Rui by making it that obvious. But Nozawa in goal, Matsunaga left back, Morimoto right back, Hart and Seko in the centre of defence, Kita and Lazuka in the centre of midfield, Kazuki, Iguchi out wide, Krastev and Hasoya, or Krastev in behind Hasoya. Romain Navarro is on the bench as their substitute keeper because their regular one has been sent home with a cold. Prisbrek still out injured for 5 more days, so he should be back in time for the Champions League. Talking of the Champions League, because of Yuki Kita coming in, I am going to look at having to leave someone out because I'm maxed out. At the moment, I'm probably going to leave Kazuo Tabata out. He's a young 21-year-old that came from Sapporo that we've loaned out a couple of times or a few times. He's got some decent experience, but I actually want to give him a chance in this team. So hopefully he can prove to be the player that I'd like him to be, but time will tell. The fact we signed Kita doesn't look good for him because he was going to be the backup to Perez, and now Perez is the backup to Kita. But anyway, let's go on to today's game. Romain Navarro needs to be given oh no, I'm not doing 13. I never give out number 13. I always leave that blank because I just consider it to be unlucky. And I don't want to have to bring him on. He's wearing number 13 and he ends up conceding goals because of it. Yes, it's superstitious nonsense, I know. Let me know in the comments if you're superstitious. Maybe that's one of your things. Maybe you have something else like walk over cracks in the pavement or under ladders or whatever it may be. Let me know. I'm intrigued to find out. Right, back to business. Game against Kashima. First highlight of the game in the 4th minute starts with us. Matsunaga on the left-hand side gives it to Kazuki. He undersells his pass there and they win it back, but we then get the ball back. Kita to Lazuka. Gives it to Morimoto out on the right-hand side. Can he steam down that right-hand side? No, but he does find Iguchi, who's through on goal, and Iguchi scores again. Show to Iguchi. He scored in the last game, and it was the opening goal of the game as well. He has scored in this one. Morimoto with the assist again. They're building up a nice little partnership already, aren't they? Morimoto and Iguchi, let's be honest. 1-0 in the away game against Kashima. Can we make it 2 from 2 in today's episode? Remember, Monday's episode will be the Champions League quarter-final. You won't want to miss that. Here's Iguchi again, and Iguchi scored another. Kai Morimoto with the assist again. This is fantastic. Iguchi's got 3 goals for us in 2 games this season, and Morimoto has assisted every one of them. I mean, he's going to have to start scoring goals with somebody else assisting it. But here's Kazuki, cleared. They do clear it to one of their own players. They could launch a counter-attack, but it don't come from anything. I do like it when we get a bit of a buffer. You know, we always, although we have had history at conceding 2-0 leads, it is always nice to know you've got that 2-goal cushion, especially when you go into half-time with it as well. And we're doing well. Let's take charge of this match. Absolutely. 25,878 at the Kashima Stadium. I'm pretty sure it's not called the Kashima Stadium, but it's their stadium, so that's what I'm calling it. Getting towards substitute o'clock. Looking at our team, maybe Kazuka could do with coming off. Hasoya's been very quiet this season. He's not got off to a good start at all. Kazuki can come off for Masawatai, and Kobayashi can come on for Hasoya. Yeah, I'm getting a bit concerned about Hasoya. He had a great season, his debut season, but he's not looked anywhere near scoring this season so far. And we're going to make our next couple of substitutions. We'll bring Kawasaki on for Lazuka. And I think, what do I want to do? I don't know who I want to take off. I do have this problem when I want to take off Krasnev now. I've not really got anyone to bring on if I'm bringing on Yamamura. The only other thing I could really do is take Krasnev off, bring Yamamura and swap him and Kobayashi over. That kind of works as well. We've got a smaller squad this season, what we've had in previous seasons as well. Been really determined to trim the squad and have a smaller squad, try and get less players unhappy with not having the playing time they want. Here's a Gucci to Kita. What a ball from Kita to Morimoto. He then gives it back to Kita. What a pass to Yamura. Oh, and it's a goal from Masawatai. Oh, I think the referee's going to disallow it. He's got his finger in his ear. Those shorts look very short on that referee, I have to say. They look very 70s, 80s. It's been given. We've gone 3-0 up. There's an instant highlight straight away, though. And it's obviously with Kashima. It's come straight from kickoff. Can they pull a goal back? You'd like to think the fact we're 3-0 up with 12 minutes to play, it's a bit late for a full-on comeback. Oh, they've given a penalty. Where was a penalty in that? He won the ball back fair and square, in my opinion. I mean, it's going to be given as a penalty. We know it is. But to me, that is not a penalty. It's probably the match engine not doing a good enough job of showing it, really. But here you go. They have an opportunity to score. And they do. It's 3-1. Kashima back into it. It's his first goal of the season as well. But if they go and get a second now, then I will start getting a bit nervous. But we have been the better team in this match, in my opinion. It's been fairly close, to be fair. Seko can come off for Nakamura. As we try and just see the game out. A 3-1 win. Sapporo top of the group. They said Kyoto in second. And that is it. The full-time whistle has blown. 2 goals from Shota Iguchi. Our Sota Sato replacement. It might not be long before Sato's a distant memory. Masawatai getting a goal with Yamamura assist as well. And new signing getting a 7.1 on debut. Very happy with that. Nice work, everyone. That was good. And if we have a look at the schedule now, we're third in the table after our first 2 games. If we have a look at the schedule, I'm going to play Urawa Reds off camera, and then on Monday we'll come back for Buriram United away in the first leg. I'll play Shimizu off camera, and then we'll play the second leg of our Champions League quarter-final with a place in the semi-final firmly at stake. Can we do it? Hopefully you have a lovely weekend, folks. Please get out, enjoy yourselves, have a great time. I'll see you on Monday for the next episode of The Unemployed Journeyman. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.